Hi everyone, it's Ian here from Crack Maths, back for another lesson, this time on how to calculate percentage increase and decrease. I'm going to show you two methods on how to do this topic because there's multiple methods, but firstly I want to show you a method that uses direct proportion. Now, if you haven't been watching my videos, you might not know about direct proportion yet, but I really want to plug this method because I believe that if you can master direct proportion, it's the key to unlocking your entire functional skills maths exam. It's a bold claim, but it's one that I believe, and I really want you to stick with me on understanding and learning direct proportion. So just a quick background on direct proportion for those of you that don't know what that means. Direct proportion just means when things increase and decrease together. It's as simple as something like a bar of chocolate costs 40 pence, so we'd know 2 bars of chocolates cost 80p. Okay, this is what direct proportion is, and it's what so much of maths is based around, understanding this relationship. The thing that gets harder is the numbers. They become decimals, they become fractions, they become percentages, but if you stick with me, you'll understand it and we're going to get through it, okay? So, here we go, the direct proportion method for calculating percentage increase and decrease. So on the board, I've got question 1, and question 1 says, what is the increase from 50 to 60? Now, the key thing about this is identifying which of these numbers is 100%. So we're increasing from 50. So 50 is our 100%. So I'm going to write down 50 equals 100%. Perfect. So here we go, 50 equals 100%. Now what I'm going to do is I want to know the value of 1. So if 50 is worth 100%, what is 1 worth? So I divide both sides by 50 because it's directly proportional. I can divide them both by 50. So 50 divided by 50 is 1. 100% divided by 50 is 2. So 1 equals 2%. Okay, wonderful. If you try that in your calculator and you get a different number, it's likely that you've done that division the wrong way around. So just make sure you're typing in 100 first. 100 divided by 50. Okay, great. Now let's look at the number that we want. So we want to find 60. So I'm going to multiply 1 by 60 to get to 60, and I'm going to multiply 2 by 60, which is going to give us 120%. So 50 was 100%, 60 is 120%. So now what we can do is we can take away the 100%, and what we can see is that to go from 50 to 60 is a 20% increase. Okay, so there we go. We've calculated the increase. It's 20%. Perfect. Right, let's have a look at another question. So here we go. This question says, what is the percentage decrease from 80 to 68? So where are we starting? We're starting from 80. So 80 is our 100%. So I'm just going to write that down. 80 equals 100%. Now, I'm actually going to use my calculator for this, okay, just because it's a little bit easier. And for most of these questions, you will have a calculator. And the ones that you don't have a calculator for, it's usually with percentage fraction equivalents that you're meant to know. So let's just have a look at this using the direct proportion method. I am going to use my calculator. So we've got 80 is worth 100%. So now what I need to do is I need to divide both sides by 80. So 80 divided by 80 gives me 1. And then 100, oh, 1 second. 100 divided by 80 equals 1.25. So here we go. If 80 is 100%, we know that 1 is 1.25%. So there we go. We've got that information now. What amount is it that we want a percentage of? Let's have a look. 68. So we want to know what 68 is as a percentage. So we're going to do 1 times 68 to give us 68. And then we're going to do 1.25 times 68. Let me use my calculator. And that equals 85. So 68 is 85% of 80. Okay, so remember, 80 was 100%. Now 68 is 85%. So therefore, we just need to work out what that is as a decrease. So we've dropped from 100% to 85%. So we just do 100% take away 85% equals 15%. So that means that it is a 15% decrease. So we've gone from 80 to 68, and that is a 15% decrease. Right, let's try one more example. So here we have, what is the percentage increase from 120 to 150? So have a quick think. What are you going to write down as your 100%? Okay, there we go. 100% equals the 120. So it's gone from 120 to 150. So that means our starting point, our 100%, is the 120. So there we go. 120 equals 100%. Now we want to work out what 1 is worth. So we can divide both sides by 120. So 120 divided by 120 gives us 1. And then 100 divided by 120, I'm using my calculator, equals 0.833333. Now, so I know that 1 is worth 0.83%. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to get up to 150. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 150. So 1 times 150 is 150. 0.833 times 150 equals 125. So there we go. So therefore we can see if we take off the 100% from that, we've got a 25% increase. Okay, perfect. Right. Now I want to show you the method that you may be more familiar with. In this method, what we do is we just work out the actual amount and then find that out as a percentage of the starting point. So in question 1, we can see the percentage has increased from 50 to 60. So I can see that as an increase of 10. So then I simply do 10 out of 50 because that was the original amount. So 10 out of 50, and I multiply that by 100 to convert it into a percentage. And I can see that that is a 20% increase. In question 2, what we can see is that we've got a percentage decrease from 80 to 68. So we can see that 80 take away 68 is a decrease of 12. So now all I need to do is work out what a decrease of 12 is as a percentage of 80. So I do 12 divided by 80 multiplied by 100. And I can see that that is a 15% decrease. Great. And lastly, question 3. Question 3 says, what is the percentage increase from 120 to 150? So I can see that the actual increase is 30 because 120 add 30 gives you 150. So I can do 30 divided by 120 multiplied by 100. And there we go. It's a 25% increase as we found using the direct proportion method as well. As I've said, with these, I'm going to show you the 2 methods for these kind of things because I really want you to understand direct proportion. I do believe it's very important, but it's likely that you're going to have another method, probably the method I've shown you, which is quicker, and in an exam it is useful to know this one as well. So both give you the same answer, both are correct, and there's no right or wrong way to go about these. I just like direct proportion. Okay, so now let's have a look at a scenario question over at Crack Maths. Okay, so here we are over on Crack Maths, and we can look at the scenario questions here. And question 1, it's a very typical question. It says, a shirt originally priced at £40 is now on sale for 32. What is this percentage decrease? Okay, so for this, remember there's 2 methods. I'm actually going to use the quick method for this. So I can see that the actual decrease is £8. So basically, I'm finding £8 as a percentage of 40. So it's going to be 8 out of 40 times 100. Okay, and so we can see that is 20%. Actually, I'm also going to do this with direct proportion. If you don't want to stick around, that's fine. But here we go. Let's look at it again using direct proportion. So with direct proportion, I can see that 40%, not £40 is our 100%. 100 divided by 40 gives us the value of 1. So if £40 is 100%, £1 is 2.5%. If £1 is 2.5%, I can multiply that by 32 to see that £32 is 80%. So the shirt has gone from being 100% of the cost to being 80% of the cost, which is a 20% decrease. Okay, there we go. Right, remember, there's loads of examples over at crackmaths.co.uk for you to practice. Come back for another lesson. Watch the video again if you need more. It's really worth focusing on this direct proportion method. I know that the other method's quicker, but you'll be grateful if you stick it through. Okay, great. See you soon. Bye.